Hey friends! I told y'all my next video would be me explaining everything regarding my 21-day fast, like things that I did, why I did it, how I'm feeling, and just kind of giving y'all an update on that. So I'm just gonna get right into it. I did the 21-day Daniel fast, and if y'all don't know what that is, it's pretty much a fruit, veggie, whole grain diet, and you can also like include some nuts if you want, and then also just drinking water, no sugars, no alcohol, no meat or anything like that, like at all. Well, I wanted to kickstart my 2025 with like, with good intentions. It's something that I struggle with. It's like eating healthy. Like, I don't eat terrible, don't get me wrong, but I do want to be more mindful about what I am putting into my body. And so I felt the best way to do that is obviously to do a fast. I just felt like it was the right time for me to do a 21-day fast. Like, I feel like in my previous fasting video, I told y'all, like, when your body like needs a reset. And I feel like it's very beneficial to do any type of fast, in my opinion. I originally started my 21-day fast with a 3-day water fast, and my 3-day, sorry y'all, a plane is coming by. Also, like, yesterday it was like a really sad event that happened. Like, 2 planes collided, like an American Airlines plane and a military Black Hawk plane, and sending condolences to all the families involved in that. Like, my heart literally hurts for everyone affected by that situation, and I pray that God wraps his arms around each and every one of you that's affected by that. What was I saying? Oh, I started my 21-day fast with a 3-day water fast for 72 hours. My water fast pretty much was just that. So water, electrolytes, and like herbal teas, like natural herbal teas, no sweeteners added, just them in their raw form. And I chose to do the water fast because not only is like a 21-day fast great, but I felt like resetting my body, like I feel like helping my body prepare for the next 18 days after that 3-day fast was just something like mentally, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna do this fast, I'm gonna start it on a water fast, because I've previously done a water fast and I absolutely loved how I felt after. Like, I just felt light, clear-minded. Literally a plane flies by every 5 minutes. Dang, what was I saying again? Yes, so the water fast, there are many benefits of the water fast. First of all, kind of like a hard reset for your body. It helps reduce like inflammation, and the list goes on. So pretty much my day-to-day was, I would wake up in the morning, and then I would cut up some limes and put them in 8 ounces of water, and I would drink that before I did anything. Shortly after that, I would make some tea, and I have a whole cabinet full of herbs, and the main herbs that I was focusing on were lemon balm tea, calendula tea, dandelion tea, also burdock root. I just felt like drinking that would be super beneficial on top of just doing my water fast. And honestly, drinking electrolytes is what saved me. Like, I didn't have any headaches. I was still able to work out. Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't doing like a full-blown intense workout, but I was doing enough to still keep my body moving. If you do decide that you want to do a water fast, I just ask that you take it easy. Slow movements are best. Like, you don't want to be doing anything fast because your body already like doesn't really have anything to fuel to like go off of. So it's just be careful if you do decide to do a water fast. I had some questions that I wanted to answer for you guys that y'all asked me on Instagram. So I'm just gonna go in and dive into those questions. First question was, with your fast, how much water do you consume a day? So I was being very mindful. I have a 40-ounce Stanley cup that I probably filled it up like 3 times. In the morning, I would fill a glass 8-ounce glass cup, fill that up with water. So that's 8 ounces right there. 88 ounces of water, 40 ounces of electrolytes on top of drinking my herbal teas. Where do you typically get your herbs from for your teas? So when I was in Dallas before I came to Miami, I found a black-owned alkaline shop, and I went there and he had so many herbs. Like, I did my research before I doing this fast, like which herbs I wanted to take. And so I just went there and I bought locally in Dallas, but I'm sure if you like type in like herb store or like alkaline store or like something, it will lead you to the right direction to find things that you want as far as herbs go. Another question I got was, is there anything you do before the fasting to prep your body for the fast? And the answer was yes. Like mentally, like the mid-December, I told myself, I'm like, I want to fast and the new year gets here. I told myself I was going to fast. And so mentally just preparing for that, knowing like what comes with that. Like obviously like I'm going to be going without eating for 3 days. The closer it got to the time of me starting my fast, I was only eating 1 meal a day. So I was kind of doing like a fast already. I didn't eat breakfast, I didn't eat lunch, and I would just eat dinner. I'm not saying that like this is like the right thing to do or like this is the best thing to do, but for me, I was only eating like 1 meal a day for like that week leading up to my fast, just because I was preparing myself to like eat less. You know, I just didn't want to like cut it off completely. So I just, in moderations, I was eating more greens. Like I was just preparing my body for what was to come. I definitely feel like preparation is key mentally. Like have your intention set on why you're doing this, and mentally just prepare for everything, do your research and all the things like that. Somebody asked me what made you do the fast. So like I said before the year ended, I just had in my mind, and I was just like, I want to have healthier eating habits, period. Like, I can overindulge on anything for no reason at all. Like I never needed a reason to like go crazy, and I just wanted to be more mindful and give my body, my mind and my body like a full reset. Strengthening my personal relationship with God as well. That's pretty much why I didn't like record the process. There was someone who actually mentioned, they were like, you know, fasting is supposed to be sacred. And yes, fasting is a sacred thing to do, and that's why I only shared my 3-day water fast. Like my 3-day water fast really was for me to like, for health reasons, and I feel like I'm just showing you guys my journey of that, those 3 days that I did share my water fast. So people have their own opinions of everything, and I do feel like the rest of my fast was very sacred and private, which was my plan the whole time. Like I was only planning to show you guys the first 3 days of my fast, which was just the water fast and for health purposes only. So yeah. After the first 24 to 48 hours, the body enters a state of autophagy, where it starts breaking down and recycling damaged cells, which may help in cellular repair and improve overall health. The fasting can help lower blood sugar levels and improve insulin sensitivity, which may be beneficial for individuals with insulin resistance or prediabetes. Although weight loss was not one of my sole reasonings for fasting, I know that comes with fasting, but that just wasn't one of my goals. Fasting results in a calorie deficit, which leads to weight loss, primarily due to the body tapping into fat stores for energy. A break from digestion can give your gut a chance to reset, which may help with inflammation and improve gut health over time. Another big reason why I chose to fast, to do this water fast, was reduced inflammation. Like inflammation is like the leading cause of literally half of like what goes on negatively in our bodies. So short-term fasting has been shown to reduce markers of inflammation in the body, potentially contributing to better overall health and reducing the risk of chronic diseases. Fasting may help the body remove toxins by allowing the liver and kidneys to focus on detoxification processes without the energy demand of digestion. Those are just a couple of examples why water fasting is beneficial. If you are watching this video and you want to do your own fast, I definitely recommend you to conduct your own research. Please take into consideration like the state of your health, and if you have any health issues or health concerns, definitely consult with your doctor before doing any type of fast. Also, like, your intentions, like set your intentions, like why do you want to do this, like, and also mentally prepare for the journey. Like, fasting in general is challenging just because, you know, we're used to eating, like we're not used to going without things, but the human body is so amazing, and I feel like we can literally do anything. So if you want to fast, I feel like you should try it out. You don't have to do an extreme fast. Like I said in my previous video, like start small, like work your way up to these fasts. Like my first fast that I ever did was like 6.5 days. And just be careful if you do decide to do a 3-day water fast. Somebody asked, well, I'll pretty much just answer this question already, but I'll answer it again. Someone asked, have you or would you do a longer fast than 3 days? And the answer was yes. Like, I just completed a 21-day fast. I'm gonna go into what the other 18 days look like. I'm just gonna finish answering these other questions. How will I break this fast? It's time to break my water fast, so let's get into it. I'm so hungry. I decided to break my 3-day water fast by making a veggie broth. I feel like that was the best option for me. Like, you don't just want to dive back into eating like your regular diet. Like, your body hasn't had anything in its system, so it's important that you ease your way back into it just so that your body can like easily digest the food and not be too harsh on your stomach. Toward the end of the fast, you're like, damn, I'm so hungry, I can eat a burger. Please don't eat a burger, okay? Work your way back into that. I ate that broth for about, I think, 3 to 4 days. Like, the first 2 days, it was just that good that I made it a second time after I completed the first pot. It was so good. And maybe it was because I was hungry, but honestly, I would make it again and I would tear it up again. Next question was, do you routinely fast, or is fasting something you do when you feel the need? I definitely fast when I feel in my body that I need to reset. Like, I don't just like plan to do it like every so often. I just go by how I'm feeling. I just felt like the whole change of diet helped with my reduction in inflammation in my body. Like 100%. Like, I felt great, okay? Drinking the teas, that also helped me with this process. And I'll also like let y'all know in my description which teas I was drinking again. Do you have any dizzy spells or headaches? If so, what helped to keep it in control? Fortunately, I did not get any headaches. Did experience maybe like a tad bit of dizziness or like lightheadedness. And I remember it vividly. I was in the kitchen and I was standing like cleaning, doing dishes, and I just felt like, hold on now, I need to sit down. I think that was just due to the fact that I needed to drink more electrolytes. Like, sometimes I was drinking them later on in the day, but I feel like in order for it to be effective, to drink it in the morning. So I just switched from drinking it like later on in the day to the morning, and I noticed that I was able to make it throughout the day and not be like lightheaded or dizzy. Somebody asked, I want to lose weight, but I don't know where to start. Any advice? Now, when you fast, like, naturally you're gonna lose weight. So I feel like a good starting point for you to want to lose weight would be a fast. Like, fasting, you don't even have to fast from like like fasting from like meat. Like you don't necessarily have to do a water fast. Like I said, I just chose to do that. But the Daniel fast is 21 days of just fruits and vegetables, and you can definitely lose weight that way as well. Do you not eat anything at all, or is there an eating window? So for this fast for me, the first 3 days obviously was just water, electrolytes, and tea. But the 18 days after that, you can consume fruits and vegetables and water. So you're still able to eat, and also whole grain. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna dive into how my day-to-day was when I started days 4 to 21. This is the last question I'm gonna answer, but how do you feel fasting and exercising? Overall, like working out, like I didn't want to not work out. I definitely would say working out helped me take my mind off the fast. Just keeping myself busy is something that also helped me during the water fast. Like I said before, taking it easy on my workouts during the fast is very important, because you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to pass out and like hit your head. Like there's a whole bunch of things that can go wrong. So I just ask that you guys be careful. And if you do work out, like make sure someone is there with you. When I went to the gym, there was always like someone there, because you never know. If y'all have any other questions, definitely drop them in the comments and I will respond to those comments. But yeah, pretty much days 4 through 21, like for breakfast, I would have a piece of fruit, and then my water, my electrolytes, and then for lunch, I would have like an avocado with some like quinoa chips, because like I said, I could eat whole grains, fruits, and veggies. If I went to the gym, I would make a shake, and that shake had bananas, dates, avocado, almond milk, chia seeds, coconut chunks, things like that. Like that's pretty much the shakes that I was drinking during this process. And then I was getting creative when it came to like my dinner meals. I was having maybe like one solid like food meal, if that makes sense. Like it was whole grain, either whole grain chips, whole grain pasta, whole grain noodles, but it was always some type of whole grains. Now, not all times did I have like a carb or whole grain. Sometimes I would have like a leafy green with that. Like for an example, I made these fire tacos. I'll post a picture here. Mushrooms, black beans, dairy-free cheese, wrapped in a collard green, and it was so good. I would definitely make it again. It was 10 out of 10. Mushrooms were my saving grace throughout this process. It was fun for me to create different meals with mushrooms. I literally feel like I'm in my healthy girl era. So like me not having meat or any processed sugars or alcohol or anything like that. Typically how like the food would go, I would just drink a lot of water. I would eat a lot of fruit, and the fruits that I focused on were apples, mangoes, had some blackberries, and then grapes. But mangoes were pretty much my most eaten fruit. And then I also made some juice I showed in my last video. It would get easier as the days go by. I was still having to like smell food and meat and be around it, because I cook every single day for my fiance, and I just felt like that helped me even be more disciplined. This fasting process, it made me like, I feel 10 out of 10. I feel great. I was low-key on like a social media fast too. Like I was spending less time on there, and I started every morning like reading my devotional. I'll also read like a chapter or two of any book that I chose in the Bible, and journaled and things like that. Prayed more. I feel like sometimes people literally only call on God when you're going through something. Like you don't have to be going through something to talk to him. He wants us to talk to him like whenever we can, not just when you feel like you need him. So just talk to him on the days that things are going good too. Oh, I started my fast at 168 pounds, and I ended my fast at 151 pounds. And that's a big drop for me. Like I can't tell you the last time like I weighed 151. Actually, I can. So I feel like basic training That was the last time that I weighed 150. I literally was on my phone the other day going through like my old Facebook posts, and it was something like, oh, your girl is $150 now, like watch out, something like that. My goal, like I said, was not to lose weight. I knew that was gonna come with it. And now I'm down like a pant size, and I have to get new clothes. And honestly, like, it's taken me a little bit to get used to it. Like, I was trying on my clothes, obviously they don't fit, and I kind of am like in my head about it. I'm like, I feel like I don't look good, and it's just because I need to buy clothes that fit. Like, that's the only reason. I did lose some muscle mass, not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I feel like my muscle mass in my legs definitely went down a little bit, but good for me. Like, my muscle mass doesn't take that much for me to get it back. That is something I noticed physically, as well as like I don't have that much inflammation anymore. Like, my knee feels good, my back feels good. Like, overall I just feel very light on my feet. I feel healthy. I'm also waking up earlier in the day. Like, I'm having more energy. It would take a lot for me to get up in the morning, but I've been waking up at like 7 or like 8 in the morning, and that hasn't really been a thing for me recently, like this past year, I want to say. So it's just things like that. I feel great, and I would definitely do it again. Being that I completed like this 21-day fast, I do feel like I want to continue on with like not eating meat for now. I feel like when I'm in control of my meal, I feel like it's the best option for me. Like, eating out is not ideal for me if you are fasting. You need to be in the kitchen. I feel like making your own meals and preparing things on your own is the most effective way to complete your fast. Now, there are some places that you can eat. Like, I did go to Chipotle, and one of the meals that I got was brown rice, black beans, veggies, and avocado. And that was my meal. If I was like hungry and I needed to like grab something to eat really quick, that meal is the Daniel fast approved, because literally whole grain and then vegetables, and that's it. Like, eating this way is how I'm going to maintain like my body fat goals. Like, I do want to put on the muscle mass back into my legs, but my stomach is like flat, like my waist, like you can like see, and I'll show like a before and after picture, and I just feel so great that I just want to keep it going. Now, I do feel like eventually I'll incorporate meat back into my routine, but right now I'm definitely going meatless. I'm gonna find some alternatives to substitute that. Obviously, I know like all of the protein usually comes from meat, but that's when the research comes in, and I'll just have to double up on, you know, whatever sources of protein that aren't meat based, which there are plenty, by the way. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful, and it gave you a little bit of more insight on how my fast went. And if y'all have any questions or need any advice, definitely comment or DM me or anything you guys need. I'll see y'all on the next vlog.